We decided to make a podcast of our journey in America. Jason Bright.
That's me.
Callum Murphy.
How can I help you?
Good day, mate. And Michael Owen. And we've been here for 9 weeks. And we thought, let's just have some banter and talk about our trip. So I guess we have to start with, why are we here? Why are we in California, gents?
It all started probably about 2 years ago when I did the same thing at another ski resort because I saw some friends had done it previously and it sounded like a good idea. And last year I was 21, so I didn't want to leave the country, and this year was the perfect time. And what's better than coming to another country to ski for free in the freezing cold and earn some money?
And it was quite a risk because the first time was kind of dodgy. There wasn't much snow the first time.
Yeah, the first time I was in West Virginia, which is on the east coast of America, and it was the El Nino year where there was no snow. And I think over Christmas, which is the busiest time of year, there was one green slope, which is the easiest slope, yeah. And that was all that was open, so it was absolutely dead. But still made the most of it and enjoyed it.
And now we're at like the best resort in America, Squaw Valley. And we brought, well not we, but you brought Callum Murphy along.
Yeah, I mean, as soon as Jason Bright brought it up at university, I couldn't help but, I was kind of intrigued by it, I mean, it's a chance to get into the new environment, like you've never seen America, you never snowboarded, you never skied before.
Never been in the snow.
Never seen snow before.
Never mind snowboarding. And we picked up snowboarding straight away. Or we preferred, no, didn't pick it up. No, that's a lie. We spent the first week on our ass. But we
that's moderate.
We were hooked to snowboarding instead of skiing. But it's interesting because Jason, you're into skiing more, and Callum and I into snowboarding more. Why? You've done both. Why skiing?
I was brought up water skiing. Every year we went to Bulls Hook Dam and we skied there with some family friends, and they didn't own a wakeboard. So I'm used to the forward motion of going down the hill or across the lake instead of the sideways motion. So your body weight and positioning is very different, and I just feel like I have more balance going that way. And also there's so many people that have hurt themselves, broken wrists and all that, more so in boarding.
In snowboarding?
In snowboarding. I have a friend that broke both wrists within the first week.
We know who that is.
We do know who that is.
We do. We had a friend that did a similar trip to the same trip, just at different states.
Yeah.
And she, within like the first 2 weeks of getting here, she broke both her arms, both her wrists.
Yeah.
She had to fly back home in like plaster Paris or whatever.
Did she break them at the same time, or was it?
I think same
No, she
event.
fell. Just caught an edge and landed funny.
And that
was a
was.
way to end a trip, eh?
And you remember when we came for our job training, they were like, careful of your ACL, because if you tear that or whatever, you're going home. That's the end of the season. Thanks, Darren, for making so much noise in the background.
You're welcome, buddy.
Thanks, Darren.
You're welcome.
Pleasure. So let's talk about what are we doing? What are we working? Callum and I are ski lift operators. Jason, along with Darren, who doesn't want to be in the podcast, which is fine, we're not blaming. Jason, Squaw Kids, you're working with the kids. On paper, before we got here, genuinely, I thought Jason had the better job. I was like, Callum and I, we're like, oh no, -7 degrees every day. But now, it seems like it's balanced out a bit, I think. So quick description, what are you doing? What are you as a Squaw Kids?
We run the ski school. So I'm support staff, not an actual ski instructor. So I don't actually take the lesson. We're in the background. We set up the yard, which is the fences to protect the kids. The carpets.
Carpets.
Get stuck there every day.
That's the most... Callum?
What, the carpet?
How interesting is the carpets?
I would liken it to paint drying or grass growing. It is probably the worst place to work on the mountain.
We did 5 days of that. We got punished.
Yeah, we did get punished.
And I've got 2 months of that. So
Sorry.
you can't complain.
2 full months.
And we get 25 cents more.
Exactly.
You do. It makes a difference.
It does make a difference.
And you're working more, which is good.
And we get to snowboard.
And we learned to snowboard. Callum, what do we do?
What do we do?
A day in the life of a chairlift operator.
Sure, hey, so how would I describe this to a South African, okay? So I would say the closest thing we have in South Africa is probably, You know those guys at like a water, like at an amusement park who tell you to get on and off the rides? We're that guy who stands at the front of the ride and tells you when to go and when not to go.
Like think of Shark Marine World.
Exactly, like with Shark and Marine World, you know. But
we stand at the top.
Well, top and bottom.
Top and bottom.
Yeah.
And we try work top and bottom at the same lift.
Yeah, so we can take ride breaks together, you know.
But Callum just likes to listen to his
Audiobook.
Callum stands there pretending like he's working, but no one knows he's actually got earphones underneath his beanie every day.
At least 3 hours.
At least 3 hours. But we're lucky. We get a snowboard every day to work. That's probably one of the best parts of our job.
It is the best part of the job.
We get a snowboard from lift to lift.
As
How
much
cool.
as you want every day.
But Jason, if you want, you could ski the carpet.
No, you couldn't.
Why?
What do you mean ski
Not
the
a
carpet?
chance.
Like,
Not a chance.
No,
it's too
Why
advanced
not?
for Jason.
that's
Wait.
way too hard.
Really?
Oh, of course.
Oh, it's very hard. Very difficult. For those of you who don't know, carpet is like the easiest. It's where like they send 2-year-olds.
How would you describe
Yeah.
the carpet to someone who doesn't know what it is?
It's a straight piece of snow.
Like an escalator?
It's an escalator that doesn't go up or down.
It goes up.
It
but
goes up like by a centimeter.
Don't downplay
We
it.
did the carpet.
What do you mean?
And you bailed hard.
We did. Michael Reed bailed worse.
You have to start somewhere.
He needed to see the doctor. We've been here for 9 weeks. We've got 9 days left. We're into the single digits, right? And we're here to get away from everything. How much have you guys been following up on things at home? Family, friends, news, water crisis, Zuma? Are we paying attention?
Yeah, I've been keeping up to date with the business side of things. I'm going to
Bitcoin.
4th year
Bitcoin.
finance and accounting and all that now. So it's kind of time to follow MoneyWeb and Finance24 and all of those. So every day I've been reading up on that and the phase of Zuma and what's been going on with that and the water crisis. Otherwise, family, maybe once a week we'll have a phone call with parents and all of that.
It's more than me.
Yeah, you're horrible.
Yeah, you do. Your mama hates
Yeah.
you.
What?
Your poor mother, Michael.
What's wrong with my
You
mother?
never
Father.
speak to her.
I do.
Sure,
He
hey.
doesn't even know you exist.
Yeah.
Love you lots. Yo, Callum.
Yeah. What about you?
Okay, so Callum and I, we go to work at the same time, right? We're up at 6 a.m. Callum wakes up a good, 45 minutes earlier so that he can video call Bay every morning religiously.
While you're bayless.
Yeah.
Well, I'm bayless,
I mean,
but I'm getting extra sleep.
Look, I mean, if you want to maintain a long distance relationship, you have to put in the distance. You know, you got to put in the hard work.
Is this the longest you've been away from, can we say your name?
Yes.
Yes? Can we say it now?
No.
No.
No. Just
No.
no.
No one's going to listen to this anyway.
We'll call her Sam for convenience sake.
Or just
Sam, I am.
her.
Her.
Not Sam, I am.
Her. But
Sam I am.
Sam, I am. Is she missing?
Of course, bro. How can you not miss someone after 2.5 months away? That's shocking. I mean, you miss your mother, right? Actually, you don't. You don't speak to her at all. You
I
are
do, I
literally
miss
the
my
worst son in the world.
Callum!
Sorry.
Yo.
I mean,
Callum's videos or chats get so long and boring that he eventually ends up playing video games with his laptop in front of him while still chatting to his girlfriend.
Jason, bro.
While she is just watching him.
She doesn't know this. She thinks that
Does
Callum
she
is
not
paid.
know? No.
She thinks he's paid full attention. I watch him. He's got something else on, and he's just going
It happened once, guys.
once a day.
Today? No.
Once a day.
No, man, come on. I try to call her at least twice a week, and I try to speak to her every single day. I mean, contact is the best thing you can do for a long distance relationship. If you don't, you kind of just, I don't know, you kind of forget about each other in a weird way.
Does distance make the heart grow fonder?
Definitely.
It does?
Most definitely. Without a doubt.
So you're gonna come back. You coming back to Cape Town as soon as we get back,
Oh, yes.
and then
What do you mean? She's
What do you-
picking me up from the airport.
she's picking you up from the airport.
Oh, yes.
Can
of
she pick us
course.
up too? We're arriving a day before.
Yeah, you're out the day before, so that's not possible. But she'll pick me up, so don't worry.
Okay, as long as she picks you up, then it's fine. What is we come into the end of our holiday. What have we enjoyed most?
Sure, definitely the snowboarding. I mean, come on. We got to snowboard pretty much every day we were here.
You travelled.
Yeah.
You got to go to LA
I mean,
and San Fran.
that was fantastic as well. But like, I guess traveling was also a good experience. But like, it's hard to quantify which is better, you know. I mean, learning. I mean, you'll never forget how to snowboard. It's like riding a bike. But then traveling was also fantastic because you get to see, you know, more of the world. And like traveling was cool. LA and San Fran in one trip, like a 7-day thing. So yeah,
Snowboarding was dope.
no doubt.
And we've only got like a couple days left to do it.
I mean, why did you even choose snowboarding over skiing, Mark?
I think we both thought it looked cooler. And we were like, you know what, for 3 months, let's just look badass.
Let's just look bad.
I mean, you look at skiing, you just like... Remember the first day we tried it? It was a Tuesday.
Yeah, it was a
And
Tuesday.
all our colleagues were like, what are you doing?
But skiing was still... That first day of skiing was just the best thing ever. Oh,
We got up first day.
we did.
Skiing, snowboarding, no.
Yeah.
We did not get up the first week.
We took 3 weeks to like learn how
Literally,
to snowboard.
everything was sore. Jason, what did you... we haven't been able to see Jason, Darren, and Michael Reed, our other roommate. We haven't been able to see them much because we've got different jobs. Jason, Darren have second jobs. We have second jobs. Our timetables are kind of all over the place. So, like, what have you enjoyed most? Because your job's very different to our job.
At the beginning, I was extremely excited because part of my job was actually indoors, which I thought was going to be a huge plus. But then I realized that the longer I work there, the more you actually spend outdoors because people just get lazy and lazy and they stop doing their job. And you kind of have to take up the slack for all of them. So work probably wouldn't be up there. You at least get some excitement top of the mountain. When we're running a carpet, we just often stand there for hours when it's quiet and there are only a few kids and you're still going to be there, rain or snow or sunshine. So that's not the greatest, but I would probably say skiing has been my most enjoyable thing as well. Squaw is quite known for its difficulty, should I say.
They had the Olympics.
They did, 1960.
So they're pretty hectic.
They had lots of people around, yeah. And it's just, it's more fun and more enjoyable. The better skier you are, obviously, the more you can enjoy it because you can do the more difficult runs. So I'm glad that I'd done a bit of skiing before I arrived so I could jump straight into that. I wasn't teaching myself. But I got to ski on my birthday and I skied on...
Went out for dinner on your birthday. There's nachos.
Yeah, there's nachos.
Yeah.
Can we just speak about those nachos? The food in America. Ooh.
Everything is bigger.
Everything is big in America.
So you get a plate of nachos and it's not a side plate, it's a large like dinner plate.
Size of the table.
It's probably the size of the table, come on. It's probably
Nearly.
full, 10 centimeters high, and you can't see the plate when the plate comes.
I swear
It is
the
just
plate's
piled.
bigger.
The plate is bigger. The
I swear-
funniest thing is that it's under starters.
Yes!
That's the funniest thing.
It's a starter, and it took 2 of us to finish it, and we still had to bring it home.
It took 3 of us to
Do you
finish.
remember we
it.
brought it home on Jason's birthday?
Yeah,
we
we
put it in the
did.
fridge, and we had it for
Yeah.
breakfast. And that was $10 because we got half
That was
price.
half price.
Yeah, employee discounts. For
Food
the
here
week.
is so expensive.
Oh, it's
I
crazy.
mean, if you want a good meal, you'll pay at least 200 rand
At least.
How's
for a
this?
cheap meal. Yeah.
How's this? So we hadn't been back to the Rocker where you had your birthday since a few days ago when Callum and I, yes you,
Yes.
we went to go watch the Super Bowl. We were like, you know what? Let's watch our first NFL game. And it's the biggest sporting event of the year. So we're like, you know what? Let's go with some Americans and let's go watch some football and we'll go buy some nachos and get a beer because it's all half price. But we didn't know it was a Sunday. Well, we didn't know you don't get discounts on a Sunday, on a weekend. So we go there and she's like, the waitress is like, yeah, you're not going to get half price here. And we're looking at the menu and Callum's like, Callum is not having any of it.
None of it.
Callum, after 10 minutes of watching the football, you just left.
Of course I
You
did.
walked out.
Well, you know why?
Why?
Well, it's because after 5 minutes of gameplay, they show 10 minutes of adverts.
It was crazy.
It's not an entertaining game to watch. It's like, it's broken up, it's disjointed, they're showing all the stats, they're showing the footballers' wives every 3 seconds, they're like, it's just too much. It's like, and the field has lines, like, marking everywhere, like, it's just, the game is completely different to what we used to.
It's just like it's a mess.
It's
Like
a
Jason,
mess.
when you came here the last time, I don't know if you were able to watch a football game,
Yeah.
but it's just like literally the game is only 60 minutes long, but it lasted about 3.5 hours. And it's like, remember we watched the clock. It's divided into quarters. It's like water polo with chuckers. It's just 15 minutes a quarter, and the clock stops every 10 seconds.
Every 10 seconds.
And then there's adverts.
It's more than just the game, though. You're there for the experience with friends and the atmosphere in the restaurants and wherever you went to watch it with friends. It's something different. You don't get that back home. You don't get that level of support.
We don't get that level of adverts.
No. But speaking of the NFL, you went shopping before the game and you got some clothes.
Well, we all went clothes shopping. We were like, you know what, let's just pull like a...
Well, not all of us, eh?
Well, because you didn't want to come with... Oh, you're working.
I was working.
You're working like a hard fella. We went shopping for 3 hours and time flew by. We're like, can't we stay longer? Jason was like, no. No.
He had enough by that point.
I bought a Raiders shirt, which is from Oakland, which is like Northern California. It represents our stay here. And they're kind of gangster. So I was like, oh, that reminds me of home. So I was like, oh yeah, I'll wear Raiders. But they weren't in the NFL. We supported Eagles because they were the underdogs.
Yeah, they were.
Underbirds. And they won. Sorry, Brady. But it's all good. Would we recommend, to kind of bring this to a close, would we recommend this to friends come in maybe a couple months' time, keeping in mind how much paperwork we had to do to come here? Loads of paperwork and the amount of money we had to spend.
It was a ton. The upfront costs were very high. I won't go into specifics, but like, yeah, you'll probably have to take like a loan from your parents or maybe even from the bank at the worst. But yeah, but you have a decent chance of making that back here if the weather's good and if it's a big enough resort, and depending on how much they pay you per hour, of course.
Yeah.
Because Squaw Valley obviously pays the most out of all the ones that we had a choice of. I mean, it varies between $8 per hour to $12, $13 an hour.
Yeah. So the hourly rate's quite good if you convert it to rands.
Mm-hmm.
We just unlucky when we bought our rands. It was like $14.50.
Yeah.
We got here. Everything happens in South Africa. Jacob Zuma's getting fired. Rand drops to like 11. We're like, guys, come now.
Sure.
If Batabile or whatever just was elected president, we'd be millionaires when we got home. We would be millionaires.
Oh, imagine that.
Bit of an exaggeration.
Not really. We'd be flying like Elon Musk at the moment.
Yeah.
Anyway, so would we recommend Jason for friends?
I mean, this is my second time coming, so I enjoyed it enough the first time that I would come back. I doubt I would do it a third time, just because missing so much back home does play a bit of a toll. And also you work the whole year, then you go on
Back to
your
varsity.
holiday
Yeah.
to work more, and then you go straight back into varsity. Plus you go from winter back home to winter here to winter back home. So, I mean, there definitely are things that are not enjoyable about it. But for a first time, definitely, I would recommend it at least once. You have to do it while you're studying in order to get the visa
Yes.
and the sponsorship from a company. So it might be a bit more difficult if you're not studying. I don't know how that would play out. And I definitely recommend doing it with friends as well.
Yes.
You don't want to end up doing it by yourself. You do meet people and everything, but the culture is very different.
And we met so many Argentines.
Oh, they're
It's
all
crazy.
South American.
All South Americans.
Too many
Espanol.
Speaking
Spanish.
Spanish.
Even if it means spending 3 months with 5 guys in one house.
Yeah,
Gets a
it's 4
bit
guys in one room.
Yeah.
4 guys in one room and
Sure.
other Michael gets the room by himself.
Well, he pays a bit more, you know.
He does pay a bit more. But some people don't clean the bedroom.
Yeah.
Callum. Callum. And some people snore every night.
And some people burn 2-minute noodles in the microwave.
Let's not get into this.
Let's
guys.
not get into this.
This is going to get ugly very quickly.
Someone burnt 2-minute noodles and we thought the smoke detectors were going to go off. Sure.
Who was it, Owen?
Who was it, Owen?
Tell us, do you remember?
I don't remember.
Do you remember,
Are you
Michael?
sure?
I would never burn 2-minute noodles.
Sure.
I don't know if it's possible. I was distracted. Anyway. I think we will have to end it there. But we should do another podcast sometime.
We will.
But we need some ideas. So if you're listening, Callum is interested to know what we should talk about next time. Hey Callum,
Of course, Michael.
of course. The girlfriend wants to stay up to date with what we're doing. So she must give suggestions about what we should talk about if people have questions of America. If they want to come, how much clothes must they bring? Because we didn't bring enough. Variety of
We bought too many.
Too many?
I would say I bought too many.
Not enough jackets.
We get given jackets at work.
Yeah, but like every time we go out somewhere, we wear the same jacket.
Is that a
Oh
problem?
yeah, from that perspective.
From that perspective, it's just photo-wise.
Photo.
It's like the same.
Look at the culture we live in at the
K-way.
moment.
Every day.
K-way every day.
All day. Typical white guy. Anyway, good night, everybody.
Night, guys.
Night, Callum.
Adios.
Night, Jason.
Not Michael.
Thanks, Darren, for making a noise in the background.
You're welcome anytime, brother.
All right. Peace.
Slay me.